Hey guys, Chris with Reactive Tactics here again, throwing you a lot of videos today. Thanks to my buddy Daniel King coming out and helping me do this, encouraging me and motivating me to get these out there.
That's right.
We hope to continue to bring you guys more and more videos to help you. The world, as you can look out and see, is in turmoil. Things aren't going to get much better. There's the food shortage, or the food plants that are being burned, and the economy's getting rough. Inflation is up, gas prices, diesel's now $5 a gallon. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't a big scare video to get you all worked up, but you need to be prepared, right? Just sitting there and pushing everything off, saying, oh, I'm good, I'm not gonna be bothered. I wouldn't advise it. So, with that being said, we're gonna talk flashlights on weapon systems, right? So, in the sling video, we talked about how the most important thing outside of sights would be a sling to purchase. And I would argue that after your firearm, your sights, and your sling, the very next thing you need to purchase would be a flashlight. Why flashlight on the long gun?
A flashlight on any gun, just for positive identification of what you're going to shoot. You know, especially in a dark situation, or even, you know, like a lot of law enforcement officers, they carry them on their regular weapons because they might be out during the daytime, but if they've got to go into a dark building and clear it, they want to know what they're shooting. They want to be able to positively identify what's going on, so that way no innocent person gets injured or worse off, killed.
And it doesn't take a rational thinker to realize that a flashlight is important. If you've been outside at nighttime trying to do anything, good luck, right? I mean, we all know that a flashlight is important when they're low light situations. So the advantage of having flashlights on your weapon systems is they're attached to and a part of that platform. You don't have to go digging for your flashlight, which, oh, that's right, I don't carry a handheld flashlight on me. Do you guys? You got a handheld flashlight on you at all times?
Normally I do, I just don't today, actually.
Good man, good man. So he's better off than any of us. So, but that hits the point that we don't always, you know, I'll carry a knife half the time. Sometimes I'll leave it on my dresser at home. Flashlight isn't one of those things that I make sure I'm carrying. So the good thing about it is it's always attached to the platform. So as King's setup is here, we've got the, what are you running, Mod Light?
No, Crimson Trace.
Crimson Trace, right? Again, just like everything AR weapons, there's a variety of stuff out there. The more expensive, yeah, they've been tested, they work. You're not gonna have as many issues, but money is an issue, right? And we understand that. So having something is better than nothing at all. Therefore, whatever your budget can afford, check the reviews, just make sure that it's good enough that you're not wasting your money. And when you have the money to buy something better and it's important to you, I would do that. But so Amazon's got flashlights. Some of your better flashlights would be Surefire. Streamlight's a really, that's my favorite brand. And then Mod Light, those are really good. I run a Mod Light on one of mine. Thanks to Fight Master Firearms. Hook me up. Great place if you need AR parts. Unreal level of knowledge when it comes to AR platforms. So with this setup right here, as you can see, he's got the flashlight. Now some of them have the push button in the back. As you can still see on my Surefire here, it's got the push button that activates it, but it also has the switch that attaches to that you can use, right? So on this one, as you see the difference, he's got his push button on the top, and that's what I would advise. Now, I would run that on the top, except for the way my sights are set up, it kind of interferes with that. So I just set it to the side to where when I grip that pistol, that flashlight is on, right? On my Sage, Sons of Liberty, again, thanks to Fight Master Firearms, I've got the Mod Light button on top, okay? So why is it beneficial to run your push button on top instead of the side?
Just whenever you do a proper holding your weapon properly, it's right there at your hand. You don't have to go searching for it, it's right there.
From going to a lean right cover situation to a lean left cover situation, how much harder would that be to get to that?
Right.
And that's the big one, right? So that's what mounting on your top rail here, your Picatinny, that's what I would advise. Again, everything is personal preference. You can take all the advice in the world on shooting and take the 100 best shooters in the world and they're going to give you something different. And it's all about comfort and what works best for you. Just because I may shoot better with it on top, and I've got my reasons as to why that's the best way, he may run his on the side, and he's got a very valid argument as to why he runs his on the side. Doesn't matter, right? As long as you're comfortable with the way you run your setup, you've trained with it, and you can use it when the time comes. That is the bottom line.
That's the biggest thing is, it's been said a bunch, but training is the biggest thing. We said it in a previous video. You can have the nicest of everything, but if you don't know how to use it, it's worthless.
Yep, so again, train with what you got. All right, let's switch to sidearm weapon lights. So we're both running Streamlight TLR1s. Hands down, I love Streamlight, right? So quick story on Streamlight. In the military, we would run Surefire. They had that contract, and Surefires are great. But Streamlight, a little more affordable than Surefire flashlights, and just as much performance and testing in my mind. So as a conscious spender, being married, kids, you know how that goes, I decided to go with Streamlight. Hands down, I will never go from Streamlight. So quick story. I purchased two TLR1s off of Facebook Marketplace, and I had one that I knew was a legit TLR1 on my pistol. And through the functions of it, TLR1s have this push button. You push it twice and it goes to strobe, come off, and you're right back on to steady stream. The ones I got off of Facebook Marketplace, it had a 3-second hold, right? So you press this down and press it again, it would stay with the steady pattern. If you pressed it twice, it would give you strobe, and if you came off the light and went right back in within 3 seconds, it would stay on strobe. And the same with the standard stream, right? I could not tell a lick of difference between my real TLR1 and the ones I got off Facebook. The only thing that really cued me into something's not right is the fact of the functionality of the push buttons. So I contacted Streamlight to see if I had the real deal, and after an email exchange, come to find out I did have knockoffs, and that's a prevalent thing. So Streamlight had me send in the flashlights that I ordered off Facebook, and they sent me genuine TLR1 products free of charge. I don't think you can beat that service.
No, that's awesome.
Anywhere. I mean, blew my mind. I will never switch from Streamlight for that reason alone.
Right.
But that doesn't even touch on performance. I mean, I just got a TLR7 sub for my SIG P365X. I love it. I mean, their standard of quality is on top. Again, just throwing Streamlight a little bone there. Customer service nowadays is terrible, and they've got it on lockdown. Same with Sons of Liberty Gunworks, fantastic customer service. And that's something important. When you go to buy products, you want someone that's going to be there to help you through issues. So anyway, moving on, getting off that. So push buttons on the top of rifles, good to have light attached to the weapon in case you don't have your handheld. On the pistols, they mount to the rail down here, and Amazon's loaded with flashlights for all weapon systems. And they work. If they work, good reviews, I'm not knocking it.
So like with this style light, obviously this is what you're gonna mount to your rifle or such. If you're on a budget, your Streamlights, they can mount there. You can actually run that on your rifle also with Picatinny. So if you are on a budget and you don't have the chance to pick up both right now, you might switch it back and forth, which they're very easy to do, but those are very versatile in what you can do with them.
Absolutely, good point. One last thing on that, and this, practice what you preach. Well, I don't practice this, but I should, and I'm going to throw that tidbit out since my buddy King here carries this handheld. You should still have a handheld light available. So if you've got your battle belt that you grab when you hear a bump in the night to put it on, it's a great idea to have a handheld flashlight attached to that, because you never know when your batteries are going to go down. And anybody that's operated ever doing anything, police, people that train a lot, I guarantee you every single one of you at one point have experienced having batteries go down when you need them the most. So that's a great backup, and it's good to practice handheld flashlight movements, right?
Goes back to I guess it'd be the 2 is 1, 1 is none.
Yep.
Redundancy, always having a backup for a backup, because anything can happen at any time, and if that goes down, you know, it's nice to have another one to rely on.
Yep. So my big thing why I don't run handheld is all my long guns have lights on them, and the pistols that I run, again, I should have a handheld, because what bad things can happen is going to happen when you need them the most. And my luck, my long gun flashlight would go out, my pistol flashlight would go out, and there I am stuck like Chuck. So
there's a time and place for them. I mean, sometimes when you're in situations, you don't want to leave your light on all the time, because if you leave your light on, that's a beacon of right where you are. So I mean, there is times where, you know, hitting it off, hitting it on, being able to get the light out here, it kind of throws off, if somebody is, you know, looking for you, it throws off the position of your actual body. They're over there, you're over here. It can be something to help distract, or just different situations that are needed.
And that's a great point. We'll get you guys a video on low light shooting, but he makes a valid point that goes into this. If it's on your weapon platform, well, guess what? That light in dark, low light environment is going to give your position away. If you've got that handheld, you can stick it out doing the old FBI maneuver, right? And throw them off a little bit, thinking maybe that's where you're at, right? Real quick note, we're not going to dive into low light shooting, but those lights, if you're in engagement, they don't need to stay on all the time, right? You bring up, identify, yep, got it, take your shot, get that light off. It's to identify and not stay on and give your position away. Again, we'll get a video out to you guys on that at some point, probably next year, but we will. And I think that's it on weapon mount. I think we're good. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Chris with Reactive Tactics, Mountain Home, Arkansas. If there's anything we can do for you guys to help you in your training, let us know. Basic all the way up to experienced shooters. We've got something for everybody. So give us a call, and we'd love to help you in your training. Take care.
Ooh, you got 3 cameras.
Oh, fancy.
Fancy.
What is it, the 12 or whatever?